Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So I'm smiling from ear to ear because Eureka Crystal Beads have brought back their collections. The very first one is going to be a re-release of the Fairy Frost collection, and it is absolutely stunning. So real quick, for those of you who aren't familiar with the collections, they're not a subscription. They are a beautifully curated collection of beads, findings, stones, components, all inspired by nature and the natural world. Everything is themed. They're gorgeous, all kinds of beads in here, and we'll get a look at them in a second. Each collection comes with a beautiful printed image that inspires the particular color palette, as well as a print insert that lists all the items. You get an SKU number for each item so you can look them up. We'll get to that in a minute. So I'm really excited to present this. So stay with me. I'll take everything out of the bag and we'll get a look at these gorgeous beads. Okay, so I've taken everything out of the bag. So just to show you how it comes, everything comes wrapped in this beautiful tissue, which I've taken it out just to avoid the crinkles, you know, the noise. And then everything is in this plastic. Here we have the picture. Gorgeous. Absolutely adore these colors and this theme. Here's our list, and here are the beads. So I'm going to do one of those. Put all the beads aside. So pretty. And we'll get a look at the, well, actually, before we get a look at the list, let me just show you the little inspiration paragraph. So this is, I'll read a little bit to you. As first light touches the field flowers, you see the delicate feathery frost sugaring the landscape as if touched by a wizard of winter. So you can read the rest. Here's our list. So everything has a category. We have Japanese seed beads, Czech glass, Swarovski crystal, Preciosa crystal, Chinese crystal, chain, findings, notions. This is a biggie. Everything is identified by its SKU or SKU number. This number identifies this bead. Sometimes they do a substitution. Often they put it here. I don't see any here, but if they need to substitute a bead, they pick something that's just as beautiful as the original. This times 2, times 4, times 2, etc. You get 2 of that item, 4 of that item, 15 of that item, you know, 2 of that item. So that's what that is. So I'm going to put this aside, open everything up, and we'll get started looking at the beads. Okay, before we get started, I wanted to show you what we made from the last Fairy Frost collection. And this was this beautiful bead embroidery cuff. And this was such a blast to make. We did 6 videos, and from start to finish on how to do bead embroidery. The stitches involved, how to put it together, how to make it, how to put it together, how to finish it off, everything. So if you decide to do the bead embroidery with this, the re-release collection, just go to this playlist. I'll link it down below, and everything you need to know is there. You can even make something very similar to this. Now, we don't have this big stone in there, but there are a lot of other gorgeous stones that you can use to make just a stunning cuff. So I just wanted you to get a look at that. So there we go. All right, so let's start with the seed beads. Okay, let's start with the seed beads. So I put them all out and I'll show you one by one. So we have some cylinder beads, and these are Toho Treasures. They're 11 O's, 2.5-inch tube, and the first one is translucent alabaster. So let's get a look at that one. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous translucent bead, not completely transparent. It's a milky white, but it's got a gorgeous luster to it. Beautiful. Okay, next up is opaque matte lilac, and this is an absolutely gorgeous matte bead. And I love matte beads when making a bezel, because if you combine a matte and a shiny or just use a matte bead, it kind of grips the stone a little bit. So a little tip for those of you who, you know, struggle a little bit with your bezels. Isn't that gorgeous? That is stunning. Okay, next up is this beautiful matte sky blue. Look at that gorgeous color. Isn't that pretty? And for those of you who aren't that familiar with Toho Treasures, they're a cylinder bead, just like a Miyuki Delica. So, and I also actually have a video sort of comparing them all, or just explaining the different brands of cylinder beads. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Okay, next up is this beautiful round seed bead, and this is a gorgeous metallic finish. And let me get the color on that for you. It is a perma finish galvanized pink lilac. So I think if you're more familiar with Miyuki beads, it's kind of like the Miyuki Duracoat galvanized. I'm sure it's the same sort of finish as that. Very beautiful. Look at that gorgeous color, pink lilac. So pretty. Love. Last of the seed beads, we have a Magatama, and this is a 3mm Ceylon snowflake. Look at that beautiful bead. So if a Magatama is it's like an 8-0 seed bead, but one side is a little thicker than the other, almost like a drop, but it's not a drop. See how it's thicker on one side and thinner on this side? So just a beautiful little touch to add to any piece. Love that. Those are gorgeous. Okay, let's look at the Czech glass. So we'll start out with some 3mm druck beads, and these are beautiful. Let me see if I can get them close up for you. There we go. Really pretty. And this, what's the color on this? Is opaque amethyst luster. Get the luster on that. I don't know if you can see it. I guess you can. I don't know if my lights wash it out, but it's so pretty. It's just got that bit of luster that gives it sort of a little, I don't know, the way it's looking in my on my camera is it's got a little bit of like pink going on in there. Beautiful. Love it. And we have a 4mm fire polish, and you get, did I say 100 beads there? This one I think is 50. Let's see. Yes, strand of 50. And this is a beautiful opaque white. There we go. Of course, my camera goes nuts with the bright whites, but just beautiful. Perfect little addition. It's a very snowy, wintry collection, isn't it? As I look outside at 30 inches of snow. Okay, we have a 6mm Czech glass strand of 25, and this is a gorgeous, like a rosewater opal, but it's got that suede finish. Now, I don't know if that's sort of gold or if it's just my lights reflecting either gold or like just a silvery, just beautiful. Looks like it snowed on it, just a light dusting of snow. That's really pretty. All right, let's move on to the Krakowski crystal. We've got two 12mm Rivolis, and this is that patina finish that I just adore so much. It's so pretty. Kind of looks like one of those antique mirrors, you know, you get in a antique shop where it's kind of the etching on the back or the silver on the back it's kind of pitted a little bit and it gives that patina finish. It's exactly what that looks like. Isn't that pretty? And of course, they're crystal stones. The quality is fantastic. Way to go. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, next up is this amazing cushion cut. Look at the colors in that. Again, it has the patina finish, but look at the colors inside. That is amazing. Isn't that gorgeous? You get two of these. Now, I'm not sure if that's the patina causing. No, that's the crystal itself. But that's amazing. And again, I always look at the back. Beautiful. I adore this stone. This is just gorgeous. Okay, next is this beautiful Navette crystal and fancy stone, and this is a 7x15mm. You get 4 of them. Look at that gorgeous rosewater opal. That is a beautiful stone. Okay, go look at the back. On every one. Just beautiful. Look at that. Such a quality stone. Gorgeous. Look at the edges. Beautiful. Absolutely love these. We have to use these. I don't think I've ever bezeled anything this tiny. Well, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to do it. We'll figure out something because it's gorgeous. You can even use this in bead embroidery. Look at that. That's stunning. Love it. Okay, then we have 4 of these 8mm Chaton Montes. So it's an 8mm Chaton in a Monte setting. See that? So it's in the setting. And this is a gorgeous white opal color. It's stunning. They're gorgeous. And what's so perfect for bead embroidery is that fact that it's in a setting. You can sew this right down to your bead backing and then put crystals around it because the stone is already secure because you have it in a setting here. And then you can do anything you like around it. I mean, just beautiful. And if you don't do it for bead embroidery, you can use this in a bracelet exactly the way it is. Or if you're like me, sometimes you need a chaton and you pop it out of the setting and you save the setting for another chaton. So lots of options here. That's beautiful. Okay, some beautiful 14mm Rivolis here. And again, in the beautiful white opal color. Look at that, stunning, gorgeous. It's like looking at the snow outside my window right now. When you look at it and the sun is shining on it, it's so glary. You need sunglasses. So pretty. Love. Okay, next up are some bicones, and we have Preciosa bicones. You get 48 of them, and this is a gorgeous opal, like a pink opal with an AB coating. It's a matte, sort of a matte-ish coating. Look at that. That's stunning. And we know Preciosa is our Swarovski cousin or our Swarovski alternative, because they are just as gorgeous as a Swarovski. So don't hesitate to use the Preciosa bicones. They're stunning. Okay, another Preciosa bicone, 4mm, and this is a gorgeous, like an opal finish, but it's got that gorgeous AB or some sort of luster finish, and I see a little, I don't know, I see a little gold in there, so I don't know the name of it, but it is gorgeous. Love it. So pretty. Okay, next up are these beautiful, beautiful Preciosa Nacre button pearls, and they're 10mm, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They're a sort of like a pearl cabochon. See, so they have a flat back, and it's a half drilled bead, so you can use it for many things. This to me is perfect for bead embroidery. We used that same, this is a Swarovski, we used it, and look how gorgeous. I mean, just beautiful. We used it on the cuff, so you can use it on any kind of bead embroidery. I think it's just gorgeous. Again, Preciosa is just right up there with Swarovski, and I just perfect, gorgeous, gorgeous pearls. Look at that, stunning. Okay, moving on to the Chinese crystal, and we have this gorgeous strand of rondelles, and these are 3x2mm, and they're gorgeous, gorgeous blue, and look at that sparkle. Look at that gorgeous blue, it's stunning, like a sky blue, that gorgeous, gorgeous sparkle. These are stunning. I'm going to say there are probably about 150 beads on this strand, maybe more, but they're beautiful. So pop those over here with our strands. Okay, next up we have some chain, and I just want to show you how it's packaged. So we have some beautiful cup chain here, and I love that they put it on this little piece of paper because it really holds it in place. Actually, everything, the way it was packaged individually. So the crystals were all individual, so that I guess they're not scratching each other and such. So beautifully, beautifully packaged. And here I'll just take this out. So I take it off, and look at that cup chain. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the sparkle on that cup chain. 2mm, you get a foot. And again, perfect for your bead embroidery. Look at that, that is so pretty. Gorgeous. Okay, next up is more cup chain. This is 3mm AB silver-plated rhinestone cup chain. You get a foot again. Gorgeous. Look at the sparkle. Just stunning. Absolutely adore this cup chain. And again, we used it on the cuff. You can use it, you can make a pendant and use it around a pendant. It's perfect. It's such a great size. It's so flexible, so you can really work around a lot of different beads if you choose to use bead embroidery. Look how pretty that is. Okay, then we've got a little puddle of 2mm silver Rolo chain, and I say that because again, look at how it puddles in your hand. It's so pretty. So a very tiny, delicate Rolo chain. Look at that, really pretty. Let me wrap it around a little bit. Look how pretty that is. I love Rolo chain I use it in all different sizes. I love this. And did I say it's 2mm and you get a foot? So pretty. Okay, next on the list, we have these sew-on settings for the Swarovski crystals, and the first one is for the 14mm. So this is, you know how this little Chaton Monty came in a setting? Well, these are the settings that you can use for your crystals. So here you take a 14mm and you just pop it in like that. And you can just take this, there you go, you close the prongs, and then you can sew this right down to your bead embroidery, and then just put anything around it, any of these 3 or 4mm beads, even a 6mm, you can use 8/0s, you can really use anything, bicones, and just make a beautiful, beautiful setting for these stones. And you don't have to bezel it because it's already in a setting and it's held in with those prongs. So perfect if you don't want to do a ton of of the like peyote bezels. It doesn't mean you don't have to do any, like you can do the pearls with the peyote bezel, and then you can use the prong set Rivolis right along with it. And if you notice, I'm starting to play with the chain a little bit. I've been putting little beads around it to see how that's going to look together. Okay, next we have the prong setting for the 12 millimeter Rivoli. So here's our little patina Rivoli. Again, put it in, close up your prongs, and then start beading around it. You don't have to do it on bead embroidery. You can just make a bracelet with these, and then in between you could do some really pretty bead weaving and make a beautiful setting here. You can go, bring some beads around. Really, really pretty. Again, so if you don't want to do a bezel, it's already done for you. Just gorgeous. Love that patina finish. Okay, next up is the square setting for the cushion cut fancy stone. And here, look again. So easy. Just pop that in there. It's so secure. I mean, it really grabs. And just close your prongs. Put these beads around it here with the blue, maybe the blue fire polish beads. I'm getting very inspired by this. Just stunning. Next we have some ear wires, and these are just a very simple ear wire. They are 27 millimeter antique silver plated round French ear wires with ball. You get one pair. Very pretty. I love the antique finish on this. Isn't that beautiful? That's very pretty. Almost looks like pewter. Next up we have some of these really pretty tiara cast Heshi daisy spacers, 4 millimeter silver plated. You get 15 of them, and the tiny, tiny little beads. Love these for bead embroidery. Love these for in between beads when you're stringing. Just love a little daisy spacer. Very, very beautiful. And of course, Tiara Cast, my favorite finding company. They just make such quality stuff. Okay, next up we have two different double ring rod connectors, 15 millimeter rhodium plated and 25 millimeter, 25, 15 here. And these are cool. You can use these connect with a jump ring or connect with some seed beads and use this as a necklace chain. That's really pretty. And here, the bigger one, you can do the same, or you can make earrings. Just attach something an ear wire here. Actually, we have the ear wire. So put a pretty bead and then the ear wire, and then put a drop down here. So very simple. I'm not exactly sure what else to make with them, but we'll figure it out. I haven't used these yet, so I'm kind of excited to play with them, especially with the warm months coming up, if they ever come, because the metal is so nice and cool on the skin, right? Even what if you could do a bracelet of many of these in a row and connect them? Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. All right. Okay, last but not least, we have some Ultra Suede, and this is by Beadsmith, and I love the way it comes. It's just so pretty. So here you go for your bead embroidery. You have enough here to make a cuff. You have enough here to make a pair of earrings and a pendant and a cuff. So really a lot of, it's a nice big piece. It is 8.5 inches by 4.25 inches. Just gorgeous. Absolutely love, love, love this color. So here we go. And then we have some pony beading needles. You know my favorite beading needles. You get an assorted 6-pack, 10 and 12 size beading needles. Perfect for your bead embroidery if you so choose to do it, or any beading whatsoever. All right, so here you go. I'm in love all over again. The re-release of the Fairies Frost collection by Eureka Crystal Beads. A stunning, stunning collection of beads and findings. Don't forget the links in the description box below the video to the entire collection, all their collections. You can buy the beads separately. It's all listed on the website, so you take a look. Don't forget the links for the entire bead embroidery playlist. I want to thank you for joining me. This is so exciting. I absolutely love presenting these collections to you. They really do an absolutely stunning job. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.